Hi guys, welcome to my second topic. It hasn't really been a week yet. Obviously, I haven't been wearing these clothes for a week. But I needed to get this off my chest. I just want to forewarn you, it's going to be a little bit of a rant, less of, factual and more of just how I feel, because I feel like I need to get this off my chest. So what we're going to talk about today is the media, okay? The media has, this election has really brought out certain characteristics of the media that I have an unsettling, very uncomfortable knot in my stomach about. I feel like the media has been allowed to run rampant on both party sides with whatever topics will get the highest rating, and I don't feel like that is ethical. Now, before I go further, I want to preface this by saying, A, I am not claiming to be Republican nor Democrat. And B, that this is not a political conversation. You can make it one. I mean, if you feel like you need to go there in the comments, then just go there. But this is not about politics. This is about the media, because politics has just been the catalyst of bringing this to light. And let me just make sure that you understand this has been going on since we had media. So I just want to talk about the fact that media has really been allowed to put out rhetoric and information that is clearly incorrect, that can ultimately shape our societal morale. And I think that that's dangerous. And I also think that why shouldn't we hold the media to higher standards? I don't think that we should have to accept this as the new normal, okay? So when you talk about the media and what it does for us, we are in a new technological age to where our media is our news, whether it's fact or fiction. Yes, it's a little scary, and yes, on our part as society, we have to do our due diligence and weed out what is false and what is true. However, when you ask citizens to do their homework and go to the reputable sites, what are these reputable sites? The New York Times, RJ, CNN, Fox News, you want to call those reputable? Yes. But when I have, all I see on TV is CNN telling me how unreputable Fox News is, and Fox News telling me how unreputable the RJ is, where and how do you expect me as a citizen trying to become informed to get accurate information? Okay? I think that that's an issue. And I think that from day one, the media, the day that Trump announced his presidency, the media understood that a celebrity announcing that they are running for president is going to be high ratings. It equals high ratings, and it equals everyone gets a nice bonus check for Christmas. So I think that when they made that decision, they said, we'll give him a platform, we'll see where this goes. And then what happened was the first debate, Republican debate, was basically a ratings phenomena for every news outlet, whether it's strictly online, a podcast, your regular local news. It was literally a ratings phenomena that elicited this, story that they were going to run with. I mean, and when I say this story, I mean just the story of feeding off of people's anger and people's, quite frankly, people unknowing facts, and I think that fact that the media is kind of capitalizing on our weaknesses as societal weaknesses, individual weaknesses, and mind weaknesses, because a lot of it has to do with how our brain works. But I think that media capitalized on these basic loopholes and has now created this monster of a new normal for what we should expect from the media. Because let me tell you right now, if it wasn't Donald Trump and it wasn't Trumpism, then it would be somebody else. and someone else will run on this media rigging the economy platform the next election. But I think that there would be no media rigging the economy platform if we actually put, and I'm gonna say it, regulations on the media, guys. We have to talk about this. We have to have a code of ethics for the media. If you are knowingly and willingly putting stories and headlines out there, nobody reads the whole fucking article, guys. If you're putting storylines out there and headlines that people may be going to jail, that there are investigations being reopened, that is completely false. Let me tell you something, just in case you didn't know, there was never a investigation reopened from Hillary Clinton. And I'm sure that there are other things on Trump's side that are completely falsified. And I agree with those things. But it all meets the same point. The media should not be allowed to put out blatantly false information. And why is there such a thin line between false information and skewing, white lying about information? It's because there's no regulations on the media. That's why the line is so fine, and that's why they're able to do these things. When Fox News has to come out a couple days before the election to apologize about saying that Hillary Clinton could possibly lead to a new incarceration and that there is an investigation being reopened. And then they have to put out an apology saying that they misstepped 2 days before a presidential election. That is not okay, you guys. And if there was more regulations on media, we wouldn't have to worry about overstepping the fine line between fact and fiction. And so all I'm saying is that we need to talk about this. I think that this is I want to create a dialogue. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you feel like it's our responsibility as citizens? Do you feel like it's their responsibility as professionals? Let me know in the comments section. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks. Sorry, it's kind of a rant, but I'll see you next week.